Okay, now, Stephen, blow out the candles.
Wait, Stephen, don't forget to make a wish.
What now? Hello. This is a 1v1 city assault. Dol Guldur versus the forces of Dale within the city of Dale. This is our intro. I'm new to this, guys. I'm absolutely new to this. I come from the community of viewers viewing our current YouTubers that cover the Dawnless days, the Rome Total War, and the such, and the sitch. Napoleon. I heard, or a couple of those YouTubers, they both mentioned, hey, if you guys want to join and come on in and get us replays, we'll cover them. Well, I submitted some replays and I just wasn't satisfied with what was being covered. I felt like I put in a good amount of work to get those replays put out there. And it seemed like they were a little bit overlooked due to the fact that they may have been 1v1, 2v2s, and such. Perhaps long ones, shorter ones. People get flooded with all sorts of things and they can't cover everything. But the way it seemed to me was that they were lacking and they were doing everything and they needed the support. So here I am coming from the community and I've already learned quite a little bit. And so it's been fun. And so it's all on purpose, I guess. Today, like I said, 1v1 City of Dale, or assault upon the City of Dale. This is mine, Flannel. That's me, Flannel. This is my first 1v1 City Assault on the Dawnless Days mod for Attila Total War. I have only ever done, 3, 4, maybe even 2 or 3 online sieges for Rome Total War as of this time when I was playing this game, and I was completely new to the Dawnless Days. And this is that. And so for this first commentation, it may be sloppy, it may be scattered, and it may be forced, but it's the first and ever. And we're going to leave it that way. It's going to be genuine, it's going to be raw, and, well, it's going to be memorial, or how do you say it? Memorabilia for us. It's going to be... I hope you guys enjoy. Welcome to the Dawnless Days, world of Lord of the Rings.
The enemy has destroyed our siege equipment.
This is the City of Dale. Very, very cool. I enjoy it quite a lot. I really do. I think it's very easy to attack and, easy to defend as well. But I enjoy it nonetheless. I enjoy attacking it more than defending it. I don't think I've actually properly been able to defend this map yet. Nobody likes to attack it, so I'm always attacking. I do believe defenders can actually put something out here. I think I've seen it before. I'm not too sure about that. I've yet to even do the Battle of the Five Armies. Really want to do that. But nobody wants to partake in the struggle of pathfinding and of the City of Dale. They don't like the choke points. There's some pathfinding issues. I believe it's this corner where they they absolutely walk through these buildings. I think you can even just directly go around. This choke point doesn't work unless you don't know about it. But don't be cheating. Real quick, we get an attacking evil army of Dol Guldur assaulting the city of Dale. And let's find generals here. We have, for defending the good people of Dale, King Bran. Boom. King Bran. Looking good, man. You got your bow on your left and your sword on your right, huh? Okay. We got King Bran. 3 skirmishers, archers, with a range of 200. Deadly. 3 of those. 4th one down here. Deadly. Dol Guldur's general, first off, let's get to that. I believe I've got him over here. And I brought the heavy shock infantry. Let's find this general. I mean, is he gonna have something? Is that him with the Centurion helmet? I like it. I like it. It's pretty dope. Pretty cool. Olokai. And it's real hard to see. Olokai and some more shock. Got this forces split. Supporting with Cav. In case of any sallies. I got a shock, sword, and spear. Again, the spears to take up shots as well as any sallies. To be able to stop any sallies. And then the swords. Well, holding force. Swords for against skirmishers to be able to tank some shots. And the shock to be able to negate any enemy shot. I got my archers in 1 shock here to be able to respawn either or any which way. And down here in the trees, I've got my archers. I've got another set of archers. Pikes, or are those polearms? Nope, pikes with some glaives here, which are the shock. And they got the miniature shield on their arm. I like it. I love it. Pretty dang cool. The glaive's a little bit off for me. But down here, I also have 2 spears and sword and a shock again. The spears to be able to get in there, tank shots. Not gonna, they're not gonna fire on these spears. They're gonna get their job done. They're gonna complete the mission. Swords to be able to tank shots, shock to be able to negate any other enemy shock. At this time, when I'm attacking, I cannot see any of the enemy. You can't see them up until you get to the walls. But here, let's get into this and let's get going. For the defending army, you got the shipmen with 3136. You got, more shipmen. Vineland guards. Shipmen. Vineland guards. So that's 3 shipmen, 2 Vineland guards as of now. What's up, dude? What are you doing? Get in line. And then, so 2 Vinlands down his center, holding his center, strong and steady. You got 1 Rovinian Regents with 5232 on attack and melee damage. And then he's got a shock down here. That's 1. He's got a Vineland guard. That's 3 Vineland guards so far. A Lake Town guard and the Lake Town guards are the polearms. The Delay and spear guards are those. Let's get in here. Delay and spear guards. Okay. Let's get this going. Okay, as I'm attacking, I think that's incredibly obnoxious. Forces of Dol Guldur assault the city of Dale. This is Dol Guldur's so-called general. with Olakais in the background. A split force with archers in the center to be able to respond where needed. And, you know, the attacker cannot see any of the defender as of right now. The defender can see everybody, if I'm not mistaken, everybody outside of the trees. So he knows where all my stuff is. But, you know, here I'm going. I'm going into this. This is one of my first ever flipping battles of the Dawnless Days mod for Attila Total War. And I am absolutely stoked. Doesn't look like Dale's responding anything other than getting his archers in place to be able to hit mine. He sent off a volley. He got one. I think that's a positive trade on my part. Perhaps that was from the towers, though. You know? Because these guys are still saying 16 ammunition. Oh, I'm seeing a 15 in there, so somebody definitely shot something. Alright, so Dol Guldur is at the walls. I've been allowed inside of the walls. I don't like it when people give me the walls. I'd rather have to fight for them. But in a situation like this with a 1v1, both of our armies could have been fought at the walls. And had he been aggressive here and now, you know, he could have easily just killed me. Easily. If the defenders were to become aggressive as of now. This is a bit dangerous, absolutely. I think probably a mistake on my part. First off, I'm not seeing this archer unit just yet. And then second off, ooh, well, maybe it's not a mistake because I saw him moving his troops right to left, so I thought that opened that up. Maybe it's a ploy. It's, you know, maybe he's trying to get to position and take out my shock. You want to be able to light those guys up as soon as they come in. We're through the gates. Right here, I'm really cautious. You know, the defenders, I always bring cav. I know how to use my cav, and so I'm always cautious of anyone else bringing and using their cav. I take cav very seriously. I got rid of their ammo barrel. You always want to do that, even if you walk by it. You never know. They might take the ground that you just were given. So, right back to here. So I'm stacking my units up, yes, but that's a spear and a sword, and just in case any cav. I didn't know, like, this is the first time I'm playing this map. I didn't know this map too well at all. Unfortunately, the towers are destroyed. Makes no sense. I think it's very ridiculous that the towers would be destroyed. I'm absolutely, in my opinion, and pointless and absolutely against roleplay and any kind of roleplay you want to. Excuse my language on that. So I'm up here. I'm in the walls once again. Look at this. He outnumbers me 2-1. I got a shock, sword, and spear. Push with a sword right there. You tie those up. Push with, you know, I'd probably defend. He'd push out with swords, or put both of these guys in and then use your jabbies or save those for something else you might think of. Right here for me, it's probably a damn good thing I didn't do it. He's got ammunition because, or well, I was going to say bring my cav through this to the left. Hey, look at that. More flipping ridiculousness. Shock's moving up. Cav's inside on that lower flank. I want to bring this to attention right here, guys. Queue up your orders. Queue up your orders, okay? And you know, you can't micromanage everywhere, and this right here is a micromanage failure. Oh jeez, just look at that, man. And then he still hasn't, you know, they're still there. Does he get a second volley off? He does not. He goes in, he chooses not to, and he goes into shield wall. You know, he wanted to save those jabbies. He's perhaps feeling a little bit arrogant. Get that a charge order finally, and honestly, they start to cleave through these shipmen with a 41-45 to 31-36, 47 melee defense. Yeah, even with the 30 melee defense here, their attack and their damage are so deadly that they just start cleaving through there. with the shock coming into play, that would completely negate that shock, and they'll start to immediately lose that. Just start to get cleaved through themselves. Let's check back on the other side. I got my shock moving up. I think, you know, this is real dangerous, but he's looking this way. I wanted to get this. I finally know about his archers here. I'm getting those shot at. I got my cav defending the rear. And I'm really just trying to figure out where where his weaknesses are. And right now, you know, this is real dangerous. I got my archers. He should be 100% aggressive here. I'm moving up the Olokai. He does have ammunition. It's real dangerous, but he's shooting at archers right now. He's focused on archers. Perhaps he does not see those. That unit broke. He gave chase. There's a visual glitch there with the Rovinian axeman. Real dangerous here. Olokai getting caught up in the spears, even getting trampled a bit. I don't know if this hurts your units, but they're falling on the ground. They look like they get hurt, so I try not to do that. If you don't want this to happen, just move your whatever unit a little bit to the side. These guys gave chase, and so, you know, that was a complete mistake on that first unit, but I got that one shock, the second shock moving up with the spears to reinforce, or the pikes to reinforce. And I'm running out of shock with just one loss of shock. But I've got this one. He pushed out a bit too far, and I'm starting to get some kills there. 49-39 to my 41-45. So they attack more, but they don't do they don't do as much damage. So they run. I give chase. He's firing at them, using ammunition. Down here, I do have my shock engaged with spears, but they're getting freaking cleaved through. I charged them in. Spears get a bonus on charge, and these are ship guards with Lake Town guards. They just get absolutely cleaved through, and it looks like the archers are helping them out. But so again, hey, we're back to square one. Look at that. But this time we have some pressure. We're charging in with the Olokai. Missed that charge, unfortunately. What's up, guys? Alright, here we go, here we go. The charge is on. And they charge. And they pull back. I'm trying to get them together right now, I believe it is. Get them past these spears. Maybe just put them in with the spears to absorb shock or arrows. Oh, that's a freaking mean charge right there, boys. Okay, he lights them up with the archer arrows. Fires a lot into the backs of his own men. That would really upset me if I was in that troop. Not even giving us a chance to fight these things. Yeah, hearing that.
Men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
Elephant. This is just awesome, man. They're just so great.
Take out our general. Defend him.
Okay. Yep, definitely need to get these shipmen over here with their jabbies. Good use. Swapping over. It would be a perfect time to have these cav right here. I honestly forget about those cav, like, being up there until I rally them down here to do flanking maneuvers down here. And so right here, I was holding my pikes back in case he did want to flank. And then, oh man, you needed to have these guys back and throw their jabbies, brother. Definitely needed them to throw their jabbies. You know, keep these guys engaged and throw your jabbies.
Team to fire!
Oh, excuse me. Huh. Kind of looks like they were pulling right there. Repositioning for a proper attack. Cycle charges, if anything. And as I'm seeing, some people would say that your troops take combat damage as well when these Olakais are swinging. But looking at that, the enemies only were getting hit, and our wraiths were quite alright. So yeah, right here, I do an attack order. Let's see. I'm doing an attack order on these guys. No, it must have been these guys. Okay, so they try to throw their jabbies, but I did an attack order on these further guys, and so the Olags are trying to get there. These three stayed in melee because they got caught, and then these three are pushing towards, and they silenced the jabbies there. Very flippin' awesome. But, dude, it was so cool. It was so cool. And then here with the pikes, I'm trying to reposition soon enough to block, but just nope. And so they get a full charge. With these guys being so spread out and the archers firing in, they're getting a lot of friendly fire on their good flipping troops. Violent guards only having the 27 and the 10 right there with the violent guards. I now got rid of those. Well, the shock's still there, but trying to reposition with the... I got the wraiths engaged to hold the shock, and then I'm trying to reposition with the pikes. And it's just not working. They're getting freaking cut to pieces. But, oh, there goes Volkai there. There's the second one, and we're down to 2. They start dropping. And he is responding by using his arrows. So that buys me time to use my arrows, and I really need to do that. And it also buys me time to use my shock effectively. He does have his shock ready to defend. That's properly defended there. I still have my cav out here defending my rear. While, you know, it looks like he wanted to come in for a flank charge or a flank with his cav. Right here's a real big mistake on my part. I never really used this cav until I reunite it with my other cav. But this whole time I could be coming in here and flanking this left flank. Although these guys do have spears. So perhaps I did see that and I wasn't going to do that. Volkai still chipping away. They're getting shot at. Yeah. Let's see a volley. Let's see how much damage they're doing. It doesn't look like they're firing properly. Obstructed and obstructed. Yeah, because they are on top of each other, they are not firing properly. And this right here, this failure to micromanage your archers right there when the Olokai are needing to be killed, may have absolutely been a bad choice. So we're getting through that sword unit there. That shipman unit is still getting effective kills. Really doing well against my Guldur blades. I got my archers firing. We are cleaving through. Oh, he pulled his shock away. Looks like to go towards my general. But that opened up and allowed me to cleave through these shipmen. And his general's right there. And does he notice yet at the danger? He's firing, trying to get some shots. Wasting ammo, in my opinion. Here, I really did want to hold these guys in the rear in case he flanked. And it looks like he began to maybe decide to do that right there. But the Olokai are doing good damage with only 38 kills, but they're making the enemy use shots. They're making them have these guys occupied. These guys are not obstructed anymore, but it doesn't seem like they're firing. So, oh, come on. What are you doing? Hey, I'm happy if you guys are sitting there. This whole time, if you've been firing, my old guy would be dead. Okay, he's pulling back with his general. It looks like I might be just about getting through here. And he might... Yep. Oh, these guys don't look like... They didn't... Excuse me. Doesn't look like they had a good time, wherever they were. General and sword unit of Dol Guldur was trying to fight through this shipment. This shipment with... Like, this... They did really well. They are on this high rise. And they do really well there. They really do. Okay, with 73 kills there, but 111 on the shipment with those javies and everything. Here, I want to, you know, like I didn't see him on the map, and so I told my troops to move that way, and then I didn't see him again until they were fighting. He could definitely be aggressive. Look at that, swords and spears, or a sword to my spear. So if he went aggressive there, really would have caught me lacking. If he even went aggressive here with his spears alone, he's got 2 units right there, don't forget. I still have my... Look at this. Look at this. He probably could have got a charge off of me right there. I do have my cav ready to defend, but, you know, was I paying attention? Was I luring him in? Who knows? Does he, you know, he chose not to. Perhaps he thought it was a trap. But honestly, I didn't see that. I always leave my troops ready to defend my back door. These shock still have yet to break through. He's pulling out his other shock to go reinforce the center. The Olokai have broken through and are tying up these 2 troops. Luckily, look at that. Looks like he was trying to use his javies, and you're allowed to give move orders and attack orders to Olokai. Just don't spam them. And what happened right here is I told him to attack this unit, and just before they hit this unit, I told him to attack this unit. And so what that, or maybe it was the other way around, told him to attack this one, and just before they hit one of them, you know, because it widened them out, told him to go this way, and then just at the last second, I told him to hit this one. And so these 2 caught this one as they were turning to go after, and so you tie 2 units up with the 1. And then I'm at that point I don't like to pull beyond that, but you are allowed to do that. Look at here, he's firing into my troops, got them properly, you know, dispersed. I do have my pikes in. This is quite the blob on my part. He has flanked with his shock, but that has allowed me to completely clean up my flank. I broke through those swords, and then I charged in the rear right here to open up and allow my general to get it even faster. I didn't want to just get 1 unit in, but that's a slow response time right there. I think I'm microing my archers, or perhaps. But these Olokai now have 130, doing great. You know, if he had just focused that micro a little bit better on those archers, they were obstructed sooner, these guys would have been decimated. And with them being spread out, it is helping out their survivability with the arrows just having to be spread out so much. This pike unit really didn't do anything. Pikes are broken in this mod, in my opinion. I've watched them not get a single kill while they were full health against other units. It's real unfortunate. Let's hope I hold that fire with the arrows. Oh, looks like he's trying to break my pikes there with some fire. Maybe break all of these. But doesn't look like... And my general's right there. So let's check back down here. Looks like he's got 1 last little group of spears. I have... Oh! Ooh! I really didn't want to be missing this. But he pulled all of... Okay, we're not there yet, but he pulled his troops. I've got... Okay. Cav is down here. He pulled back his swords because he saw my cav coming in. If I get a charge in on those, it's going to be decimating. And that's when I do have my cav moving down, and his cav is trying to come back to be able to respawn. So right here, he goes into shield wall, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to attack that. I'll go ahead and get the victory point while we're waiting. And what does he do? He sees that I'm going for the victory point, so he pulls his troops back real quick, and you know, I assume to be able to block one entry point with the cap, but I ties, you know, I see that, I believe I do, and so I ties spears up, and then I go for the charge. I made it look like I gave him a little bit more time to think that I'm not paying attention. He may have looked, he had to have looked away. Nobody's gonna let their unit get charged like that. I have his spears tied up. He looked away, had to have. He has his general inbound, and my second cav is just entering. My shock now can move up, and I don't see it just yet. This shock makes a great charge into the general, killing. Well, he had a full unit, right? And I'm amazed that they're just not cutting even faster through him. But he pulls him out. That was a good little hit right there. I do not see that just yet. I'm micromanaging the cav on the other flank as they're getting some real good kills. There's a lot happening right here. We both start making mistakes, and we both start doing stuff. So right here, all this, it was blobbed up. He's getting really great freaking arrow fire right into my general, even with me trying to, you know, position better. I'm not microing well enough because I'm flipping back and forth. I think I just start to move my shock up. Yep, I'm trying to close that gap and create that pressure. General still getting shot, I believe. These guys are just, you know, I should have really had them moving in, but I don't. There's so much going on here. I'm just trying to get my troops in the motion. Right here, I pull these back. They're going to start dying. And then I don't actually see this charge, and I really wish I had seen this. My cabs see that they're going inside of the mountain or inside of the buildings. Maybe that's why I didn't see them, but who knows. This shock makes a great charge into the general, killing. Well, he had a full unit, right? And I'm amazed that they're just not even faster through him. But he pulls them out. That was a good little hit right there. That allows me to bring all my troops up, and now we're back. We're pressing over there. We're back over here. I'm slowly moving my spears away. I want them to be able to respawn because I do see this, but I leave them in place to fight it out. And then that's when I get my freaking second cav moving up. I'm steadily pulling these guys away. I do not want him to engage my troops. They will lose that. And I know that I'm in a good position. So I just need to move all my troops up correctly and properly evaluate the situation. So the second cav's now rolling up. He sees that. He pulls his cav and his shock. Looks like I just got him there in time. Oh, I do an attack order there to chase with the damaged unit. See, because I moved my spears, he reinforces with his spears and swords. And just wait for it. Okay, because now he thinks that he completely has this flank clear besides for cav. So at this point, he should really just save his cav. But look at this. His shock is facing the wrong way, and before he notices, I'm going to do something about it. And I get a real good charge into some deadly shock. And he's going to try to respawn, but he really charges into the back of his troops right there. I don't know if it really does damage, but I think it does. And then that's when I get my spears to get back right quick because they were only walking, and to try to pincher his cav. And he notices, and so he pulls the cav, stops trying to protect the axeman, and leaves them to sacrifice. And I'm over here trying to get through these pole arms at this point. Got the spears moving. He's closing this gap. Should have got him in there, but didn't in time. It's all right. I got a lot of healthy, I got the one healthy pole arm. I got a semi-healthy axe, and then over here. So what I want to do is, yes, get behind his shock and completely decimate him as quickly as possible. But I also want to close this gap in case he wants to push out and attack me while I'm busy cutting down his troops, because while they are busy, they are vulnerable. And so I would at least sacrifice this one spear to be able to defend it. Okay, so now he's doing cycle charges with the cav, and that's when I bring in this pike, and he tries to hold him down there. He's fighting for every inch of ground. He's allowing me to continue to fire into something damn near broke. I really shouldn't be firing into those. I got 2 archers obstructed right here, but it's saving me ammunition, really. He still has... So he's got his cav, his barding archers, which do... Wasn't it let me... Should be able to pull up my... Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on there? There we go. He's got his archers, which are a melee, and realistically, they have, you know, with most of the melee archers that I've been seeing in the Dawnless Days mod, the archers are basically shock when they run out of their ammo. So there's a real shock theme going on right now in the Dawnless Days multiplayer mod, or well, mod. So yeah, as you can see, I'm trying to get rid of his cav. I completely cleaned that up, and I'm trying to get this point for an extra... Really? Well, okay. It's a charge bonus and like morale bonus, I believe it is. These guys rallied real quick. Oh, I missed it. Okay. I moved these pikes in, and he got a great charge because I wasn't walking them, and this little path, this little hill kind of messes up the pathfinding a bit. Like, you can't click anything right there, or you can't spread your troops at all right there, but you can right here. And so in a narrow formation, you can manipulate them, but then right here you can't. So if you manipulate them prior to this and then make a move, they'll be the width of it. But if you try to do it in this little pinch, you can't do it. A lot of troops, you know, I got my general here, but a lot of them are real weak and they are breaking.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
Got my spears over here just to tie up this spear unit. I don't want that over there, so even just these 2 being there takes that up. So it's effectively, they have effectively silenced that spear unit. He could be pushing, and it would be devastating for me. Right there, with how narrow these are, I don't think they should be this narrow, but with how narrow they are, it is so hard to get your cav to do anything like to... man, it's just, I've really struggled getting them up there, and so I've had to put them right here first, and I was going to try to get them up there, but I'm micromanaging, sending all the troops in, and there goes the general to just try to hold back these cav so that they are not open to charge all of my troops, because oh, there goes my general, and there goes the general. Cav would be real great for you to come up right now. You could have been doing stuff a long time ago too. And right here, this is a 20 stack of a wraith. They're getting cut down to pieces. They're at 7 now. This is not a pull through. This is not a pull-through. They are at 4. There's nothing. Those 4 are occupied. That is not a pull-through. I thought it was, and so I went aggressive. Turned all my archers, which 3 of them are melee archers with some good stats. But I turned them all to melee, and I got him engaged to try to get his general, and he was able to get out of that. And that's when my cav is finally able to respawn. But now my troops block, and they are at the high, they're at the top of it. So just to keep them occupied, they got the 1 wraith. I've got 1 or 2. I got the Mirkwoods in there. Should really pull back the Black Retinue. But right here, I'm just trying to position these guys properly to get up there. Get the smaller unit out and the healthier unit fighting. And that was really cool. If they're the same width, they'll go and they'll charge, and if they go by, they'll come back and hit the rear. But real great there. These 2 are attacking. I think that was out of an accidental move order, and then when I got back to them, I got them to not be attacking. Yeah, I think I noticed when it tells me they're breaking. But right here, real close to just getting through. 45, you know, he's pulling his general so he doesn't get shot. And it's really over. As soon as my cav get over here, it was over. He's going for another charge. 97. I pull back for another charge, and they get caught right there, and I do one more move order just right here, and then I do another attack order, and they're all far enough for it to work.
The whole unit has been destroyed.
And the arrows come in,
A general has
and I
fallen.
believe the arrows silenced the general right there, or not. It could have been the cav charging in. Real easy, but these guys are cheering. Alright, and that is that. Let's in the replay here. Walla Axel. Great dude, great player. You know, who knows if he gave, you know, he clearly gave me the walls on purpose, but who knows if he wanted to not be aggressive at that point because he was, you know, if he had attacked in that beginning and been aggressive, allowed me to come in through the walls and then pushed, I'd have been decimated. Would have had, you know, I would have been decimated. You know, who knows if he didn't do that on purpose? He could have easily done so and just completely ended the game right there. Maybe he wanted to give me a chance. And the chance I was able to do some work with. Got some, you know, we both made mistakes, and we both jumped on some mistakes. It was great. I loved this. It was absolutely great. For kills wise, you know, I got a few units in the hundreds. I did real poor with the archers. Servants of the Eye with the 120, that should be like bare minimum. I like to see that I got the 140 with the Olokai. A lot of times I'm only seeing people get like 30 or 20 with them, and a lot of times I'm waiting to use them for so long and trying not to get them shot up that, you know, I don't use them right. I'm passive with them, uh, and so I'll normally get, you know, I do my best with them, but yeah, I'm not the best with them. It's that simple. With these pikes, I believe pikes completely broken these days, and so I'd rather have just spears or pole arms. He brought pole arms, good for him. I don't know if Dale even has pikes, but pole arms they do. And good work with your shock. Great work with your archers. Good pole arm kills. Good 100 kill on the Vinland gods, and then great 139 with the shipment. One of those shipmen really held against my general unit and I believe a sword unit of my Guldur blades just incredibly well. It was super cool to see. Super cool to see. And with that was my first 1v1 siege on the Dawnless Days mod for Attila Total War. Thanks, guys.